Hi everyone, it's Cheryl from Me, You and Yarn. Today I'd like to show you how I constructed my Happy Scrappy Scarf. It's made with scraps of yarn, not really small ones, but ones that are too small to make a whole project with. And I used the black as a whole skein, only so I didn't have to sew in any more ends than need be. So yeah, this is my Happy Scrappy Scarf. And this is a tutorial. I assume that you know how to single crochet, double crochet and chain. And if all goes well, this will mainly be a construction. How did I construct that so I had less ends to weave in? So I've got a few balls of leftover yarn. They're mostly worsted weight. It doesn't matter what weight yarn you use, and just choose a hook size that goes with it. I've got a 5.5 millimeter here, which is an I9. Okay, let's get started. So for this pattern, we start with an even number of chains, and then we do a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So not the one on our hook. First, second chain, we do a single crochet, and then a double crochet in the next. And we repeat this all the way to the end, and your last stitch will be a single crochet as well. So single, double, all the way to the end, and I'll pause the video and come back when I've almost finished this row. So I'm almost at the end of the row, and I just have 2 stitches left to go. Finished a single crochet, so the second last stitch is a double crochet, and the last stitch a single crochet. For every odd row, so 1, 3, 5, we'll start with a single crochet and end with a single crochet. And to end this row, we just pull up a loop, the long loop, and leave it there. And now we take our second colour, which is going to be yellow for me, and we join that in. Off screen, I put a stitch marker here. I always have trouble with my turning chain figuring out where to put the hook. So I've learnt it's just easier for me to put a stitch marker in there. So attaching our second colour, I just draw it up, do a slip stitch and tighten it down, and I can get rid of this now. So for row 2, we're going to double crochet in the first stitch. I do like to do a stacked double, so I do a single crochet, and then you can see that we've got 2 loops. We go back into the second loop, draw up a loop, and single crochet again, and that stands as my first double crochet of the row. It's just a bit sturdier than two chains, or even just a regular chain 1 and a single chain 1 and a double crochet. So the next stitch after the double crochet is a single crochet, and we repeat that all the way across. Double crochet in the next, and a single crochet in the next. And you'll find that a double crochet will fall into a single crochet of the row before, and a single crochet will fall into a double crochet all the way across. And that's the same for both rows. Okay, so repeat that, double crochet, single crochet all the way to the last couple of stitches, and I'll show how we finish off the row. So I'm coming to the end of the row. I have 2 stitches left, just completed a double crochet, so my next stitch will be a single crochet, and in the last stitch we will do a double crochet, but we finish it off a little bit differently. So start as usual, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over and go through 2. Now leave your current working yarn at the back, put the loop on and snug it down again. Then pick up both yarns, working ends of the yarn, yarn over and draw through all 3. It's important to have the yellow yarn in front of the green yarn, and I'll explain why when we come back on the next row. We drop the yellow yarn now and do a chain with the green. We turn our work, and this is the beginning of the repeat. So the rows 1 and 2 were just set up rows. The rows 3 and 4 are the repeat rows, and they're almost identical to the first 2. So we've chained 1 and turned. We do a single crochet in the first and a double crochet in the next, and again repeat that all the way across. Single, double, and I'll meet you at the end. So I'm near the end of row 3. I've just completed a single crochet, so the second last stitch is a double crochet and then a single crochet into the last, and draw up our loop and leave it. And that's how you will do every odd row. So for my little swatch, it will be the green. Whenever I'm using the green, I'll start with a single, end with a single, and draw up a loop. Okay, so let's see why that having the yarn over with the yellow in front was important. We've got 2 loops here. We need the yellow loop. And what we do is we put our hook underneath just the yellow loop, and our yarn is down here at the bottom of, or at the top of the last yellow row we did. We need to get it to the top of the green row, just so that we don't have a long carry up. And I like to do that with just a single crochet, and that's brought us up to the correct level. And now I just turn, and once again I do that stacked double. Not always, I sometimes forget and just do a chain 1 and a double crochet. That's how the stacked double goes. So I did a single crochet, I'm coming into the second loop, and I'm doing another single crochet on top of that. So 2 stacked single crochets I use as a double crochet, and I also use it as a half double. So I've done a double crochet, we have a single crochet in the next, and that's the repeat for this row. Double crochet, single crochet. So I'll pause the video and come back and show you how we end the row once again. So I have 2 stitches remaining in this row. I've finished a double crochet, so my next stitch will be a single crochet, and then we do our special double crochet in the last stitch. So yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, leave the yellow yarn at the back, pop your elongated loop on again and draw it down, grab both yarns, yarn over with the row colour yarn in front, in this case it's the yellow, and draw through all 3 loops, drop the yellow, chain 1 with the green, turn, and we go for another even row, odd row. So we do a single crochet and a double crochet single crochet in the first, double crochet all the way to the end. On the last stitch you'll do a single crochet and then elongate the yarn. So I'm going to work another row, I think, of the yellow, and then I'll show you how to change colours. So I finished that green row. I thought I'd just come back on quickly and show you again how to start with the yellow yarn. So we finished with the green, drawn up the loop. We come back to the beginning of that row and put our hook just under the yellow yarn. Now sometimes it can be a bit tight to get it under, and so I don't bother trying to wiggle it under. I just grab the yellow yarn and pull it up. You can pull it up as high as you need to go. Put your hook in there, snug it back down. We do one chain to bring us up to from where the yellow ended to where the green ends. Turn our work, and then the two stacked singles. So one single crochet, then we go into the second loop, so not the first loop, the second loop. Draw up again, yarn over, and make another single crochet. So that's our double crochet to start, and then single crochet. Okay, I'll be back when I'm ready to change colours. So I've finished 3 rows of the yellow and 4 rows of the green, and I now want to change colour. So I'm going to introduce orange instead of yellow. So turn our work and we come back to the beginning of the row and join our orange. Slip our hook underneath the yellow loop as normal. Pull through our orange, and I still do a chain 1 here even though we're at the level that we need to be, just to cinch it down there. And we can, if I had scissors I would do it, we can cut off our yellow yarn. I'll just go find some scissors. Okay, mission successful. I found my scissors hiding under a skein of yarn. So we can chop off the yellow. We don't need that anymore. There wasn't enough of the yellow left to do another whole row, which is why I changed colours. So now we'll do the orange, and the same thing. I do my stacked single crochets. So into the first, do a single crochet into the second loop of that single crochet. I do another single crochet. Tighten everything down. When you weave in the ends, it'll be fine. So I double crochet to start, single crochet. When I get to the end of the row, I shall show you how again, just to do that special double crochet to finish. You can always rewind the video, change the speed to slow it down if you need, to get a better look at what I do if it's at all confusing for you. I think it's pretty straightforward, but you just never know. What's easy for me could be confusing for you, and the other way around as well. I've encountered that many, many times. Okay, I'll come back when I'm towards the end of the row. Once again, I've got 2 stitches left. I finished a double crochet, so the next stitch is a single crochet. The last stitch will be a double crochet, so we start as usual, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, leave our current working yarn at the back, pop the loop on and snug it up. Now I've put it on incorrectly. You can see as I'm snugging it up, this back part of the loop, the back strand, is the one that's tightening up. For a stitch to be mounted correctly, it's the front loop that needs to tighten as you're pulling the yarn. So just be aware that you can put it on back. Nothing drastic is going to happen, but it just looks a bit neater. And if you do happen to put it on backwards, so see again it's tightening from the back of the hook, when you change it, just be careful that you don't twist. See how we've got a twist there? Because it's still snugging up from the front, but we've got this twist, and that definitely will affect the look of the fabric and it'll make it a bit tighter stitch. So pop it on so it snugs down with this front part of the loop snugging down. Okay, grab the 2 yarns, yarn over, orange yarn in front, drop the orange yarn, pick up the green and chain 1. And then we continue as usual, turning our work. Single crochet into the first for an odd row, double crochet into the next. So what I will do is I'll go another row or 2 depending on how much yarn's in that little scrap ball with the orange, and then I'll show you what to do on the last row when it's going to be, you're going to be finishing off, in my case, with the green. So I've come to the last row that I want to do of the orange. I have 2 stitches left, so again the second last stitch is a single crochet, and I want to show you both ways what happens if we do the normal way we end this one. So a partial double crochet, pop our loop on, grab both, yarn over and go through all 3, drop the orange, single crochet with the green. I'll just work a couple of stitches of this row, and I'm sure some of you have worked out the problem. Okay, so the problem is this green row is going to be our very last row, but we've got this strand of orange there. It's not a major inconvenience, but to me it just looks a bit odd to have that there when there's no orange in the rest of the row. So what I'll do is I'll take that out and come back to our last stitch. So we still elongate the green stitch. This time when we do the double crochet, we again only partially finish it, but we drop the orange yarn, snug up the green, and we don't pick up the orange one, we just finish the stitch, all 3 loops. You could also, after you've put the green loop on and snugged it up, just draw it through all 3 loops. Either way, it doesn't matter. Chain 1, single crochet, double, finish out this row, and you see this time we don't have the yellow strand, the orange strand here, and so it's just a little bit neater. And then again just finish out the row. Here's the finished swatch that I did. I've got 13 rows, 6 of them are colours, so 3 yellow, 3 orange, and 7 of them are the green. If I was doing the traditional houndstooth method, I would have 26 ends to weave in, because you would start at one end, go to the other, cut your yarn, join in yellow, go to the end, cut your yarn, rejoin in the green again, cut your yarn. So every row there are 2 ends to sew in, and I just don't have the patience to do that, I'm afraid. Anyway, that's my Happy Scrappy Scarf and how I make it, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'd like to thank you for spending some time with me and talking about yarn and crochet, and there will be knit as well on the channel. So until we meet again, enjoy the rest of your day, be well, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.